I'm Kyle Meredith. It is a Waterfront Wednesday, and one of those acts that's actually going to be opening up the show and kicking off the entire season, Rayland Baxter, is back here in town. How's it going?
Going great. We're happy to be here.
It's nice to see you again.
Staying dry.
Staying dry in the street. It's a beautiful day out there.
Yeah, we're putting good weather vibes out wherever we go. So hopefully, I think it's working actually.
It's working. It's one of those knock on wood moments. We've been doing Waterfront Wednesdays now for 13 years, 14 years, something like that. And there's only been like 2, I think, that we've had to cancel for
Yeah, I heard our tour manager was saying that it's rain or shine.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like in Louisville there's hardcore music fans here.
Yeah.
Especially for this being like the kickoff of their summer. People are going to show
No, they're
up.
going to be there.
We're going to play a good set, no matter rain or shine.
Yeah, and maybe it's a little wet, but it's going to be fine out there. Just maybe bring a poncho.
Yeah. Plus, it's beyond our control, the weather. So it is what it is.
There was I don't know if I want to reference this or not. There was a moment of MTV history where the band Bush was at spring break, and it was the rain. I'm imagining you in your Gavin Rosdale moment with the rain hitting you, as you're playing Glycerine, no doubt.
Don't. The days go by.
It's the same chords as the U2 song, right? It's, with or without you. It's usually the same thing.
Yeah, right.
I think my street cred went out the door, but it's.
I did.
At least you tried.
I had I own a couple Bush albums. I also named my iguana Green Day.
That's fair. That's okay.
He ran off one summer for 2 months and came back at the end of the summer. My neighbor found him crawling up their house, and he was huge and lush and green. Yeah. I was like, okay, I shouldn't be your father anymore.
That's the whole thing, right? If you want a kid, you're supposed to get a plant first, and if you keep it alive, then you get a pet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Failed.
My kid's going to run off, come back a better man.
It's Rayland Baxter here on 91.9 WFPK. I want to say, you just got back from what you were hanging out with Houndmouth.
Yeah, we were up in New York City with Houndmouth. We love Houndmouth. The first band tour I ever did was 2 years ago when they put out their first album.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was nice. We played Terminal 5.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of people were there.
You got any dirt on them?
Let's see. Dirt. The only dirt is that they added 2 saxophone players to their band, and I was in a nostalgic bird bath the entire time they were playing music. It's not often I sit behind the soundboard for over an hour and with my eyes closed, kind of just like having my little hippy dippy moment.
I hope nostalgic bird bath becomes a phrase.
Yeah, or nostalgia Nalgene. I came up with that one the
That's
other
a
day.
nice one. That's a nice
just
one.
putting stuff in my nostalgia Nalgene. It's kind of like a reference to something that's modern.
Yeah.
To the and
That's a name for an EP right there.
Nostalgia Nalgene. Yeah, like for my backpacker friends.
Yeah.
Listen to this while you're hiking the trail.
Speaking of EPs, you got the Soho EP, and there's another Louisville connection on there actually.
Oh yeah,
you covered My Morning Jacket's Bermuda Highway.
Yeah, had to.
How'd that come about? Just because?
Just because I was in, one of my best friends, Eric Massey, who I've done all these recordings with for the most part, lives down the road from me in Nashville, and I just go over there whenever he's got some free time and do cover songs or do whatever, kick it with him and listen to what he's working on, and I love My Morning Jacket, and so why not?
That's a good thing to say on these microphones.
Yeah, actually,
Pandering.
I'm excited because we're playing Bonnaroo this summer,
mm-hmm.
and the first Bonnaroo I went to was the second ever Bonnaroo, and right when I walk in the grounds of Centeroo, My Morning Jacket's playing at 12:45, the first set of Friday, and that's when I fell in love with the band. They're all long-haired. You couldn't see their faces. They're rocking out, and that's the same set we have this year. So it's kind of cool. It's like I get to do a little fist pump.
That's awesome. That's a nice moment right there. Rayland Baxter here on 91.9 WFPK. We'll talk some more, but we should hear some music because you're going to be opening up WFPK's Waterfront Wednesday tonight. The grounds open at 5. The music starts at 6, which you'll be leading us off there. So you want to give us a little preview?
Yeah, this is track 1 from the new record Imaginary Man, and it's called Mr. Rodriguez.
All right, it's FPK.
Yesterday morning, I was walking around, me and Mr. Rodriguez on the wrong side of town. The streets were all empty and the houses all burned down. He reached in his pocket and he pulled out a crown and he said, "You're so much like me, boy, step out of your dream. Watch them all gather round, boy, it is your turn to be king. You are the only one. You are the only one." I come from a small town near West Beverly, right under the freeway, all my brothers and me. My father was Henry, Mary Jane Eloise, and they work in a coal mine from age 17. But I don't see them that much no more. They died one day, a king from a jester and a queen from a slave. Well, you are the only one. You are the only one. You are the only one for me. Well, there's a rose in my garden that never grows, and it keeps me up at night forevermore. And what I hold in my hand I was told to never hold, so I let it go. So the slave and the jester, they met out in the park, a slow song in the distance and a dance through the dark. One hand to the outside, she waves across the wind. They circled there for hours, or what seemed to be back then. And she loved him in the moonlight, soon the morning comes. Then back to the coal mine when the day is done, singing, you are the only one. You are the only one. You are the only one for me. Yeah.
Rayland Baxter here on 91.9 WFPK Radio Louisville from his record Imaginary Man. That is Mr. Rodriguez. Rayland Baxter is going to be opening up tonight, WFPK Waterfront Wednesday at 6 o'clock. I don't usually concentrate on the mixing of an album too much, but that song, it stands out so much to me, like how well it's mixed.
All right.
I like that. And I'll tell you, it's when that bridge, comes in and it just all drops out to the keyboards.
Yeah.
And then the drum hit.
The drum sound changes when the bridge hits.
Yeah. And
the vocal sound changes too. And then this is kind of about like with production or in mixing, anything in post, it's kind of like you want to have a sound change every 15 seconds or so. You want to be able to. And it's the same with advertising as well. Like I have a major in advertising, so
which is working out for you well right now.
Somehow I can apply it all to music and having a career with music. But you want to get the ear's attention, not too often, because then you lose the ear's attention. Sure. There's little tricks,
There's Mark Twain. There's a new book about Mark Twain where he's on a comedy tour. And his wife tells him he's having trouble keeping the audience's attention towards the end, although the material is all A. And his wife says, you have to stop being so funny for so long.
Yeah.
Like you've got to drop in that stuff.
Totally, yeah. That's just, it's, I guess it's all about dynamics.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you do that do you apply that to your lyrics too? Because, like, you know, I'm going to genreify you here and put you in that folk genre or whatever. I mean, there's a long storied history of story songs with folk music, but I think even with you, like the songs are even more specific. Like they're not like those broad, generic themes. Like, you know, Mr. Rodriguez is a great, like you can put a broad theme to that, but it's still almost a very specific story.
Yeah, I do that, you know, through the drafting process of writing songs. You can get too specific also. So then that's maybe where a bridge would come in, and all you got to do is say fly away, fly away, fly away for a minute, and then get back to like the actual concrete material.
Yeah.
Once again, dynamics.
Yeah, it works out really, really well for you. We should bring this up too, Mr. Rodriguez, as well as Yellow Eyes. You've done this 2-part video where the videos go together, and it's a really cool. Do you want to talk about the concept real quick?
The concept is not my concept. It's the brothers, Finley and we'll just call them the Wise brothers.
Okay.
Oh, Morgan and Finley Wise. They're from Oakland, California, and they listened to both of the songs. And we had a concept. We wanted to do 2 videos, but we didn't know what they would be about. And this idea of the Silver Man came around, and you know, the Silver Man is kind of a lonesome character. He performs on the street for maybe little money. Is taunted by passerbyers, you know. And so we started with the broad, let's just show silver people doing ordinary things like skateboarding and playing soccer and what was the other one? Riding around doing tricks on a bike, which is not so ordinary, but you know.
They're good tricks.
That guy was talented. And then that was for Mr. Rod, and then it ends with you seeing the Silver Man setting up his station on the corner to perform. Very modest station. And
he picked it like that. I don't think any street corner player would actually have picked that corner.
Yeah, not a busy corner, man, in in the downtown arts district of LA where there's a bunch of construction, but maybe that works for the video. And he starts setting up, and then he gets taunted and kind of quits his game and goes and packs up his apartment and says and visits some friends. And you see all these little different scenarios, like him throwing his jacket over his shoulder, smoking a cig under the bridge, contemplating his future as this lonesome character. And he goes and visits his friends, and he ends up wiping off all of his silver makeup and going back into his street clothes. And as he's rolling out the trash can, he sees a silver woman walk by. And that's the end of the video. And so it's kind of like if you can apply Yellow Eyes, which is written from a personal, a look into my life, but as a song, you want to have it as a look into everyone else's life as well. And so being on the road all the time, always saying goodbye, being completely selfless and selfish at the same time, and getting trapped in that salad bowl, you know?
Yeah.
And so I'll Leave You Lonely. It's kind of just in a series of relationships where even with my own family, it's like, I'm going to go now. I'm going to go do my thing. And I apologize. This is the way it is.
So at the end of all of your career, you're going to give up on your dreams and wipe off your makeup.
Yeah, I guess so, man. I don't want to live past any day I need to be living past. So
I hope you never give up, because you're one of my favorite new artists of the past 5 years, and
I won't.
I only mean that jokingly.
Yeah,
but the videos are great.
It's over, guys. Thanks a lot, Louisville. I'm done.
All right, let's get back to the music. No, again, I do. Imaginary Man is a fantastic record.
Thank you.
It's
all involved. They say thank you as well.
And the EP Soho too. I know it's just the live acoustic takes on it. It's really nice, different versions of those songs, and you get a My Morning Jacket track in there as well. So
I'd do a whole album covering their songs if I had the time.
Yeah,
I will.
I will. Challenge you on that. So
that'd be awesome.
You're gonna live up to it. Rayland Baxter here on 91.9 WFPK, opening up tonight's WFPK Waterfront Wednesday. The gates at 5. Mr. Baxter and the band goes on at 6 o'clock, and I feel like you've probably got another little taste of what we're gonna get tonight.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you. This is the wooden taste of. Tonight we've got a 6-piece band. It's all electric, and it's quite the experience.
Awesome.
So incredible musicians in the band. All my buddies from Nashville. 2 of them. Jan is playing guitar right now, and this is Tyler singing backup. But it's an electrified experience, and we're
looking forward to it. Let me help you. Let me help you get to the finish line.
This song's called "Freaking Me Out."
It's FBK.
So I used to be a good man, and I used to have friends. They would find me in the evening and mess with my head. But when I wake up in the morning and no one's around, it's just me in the darkness flying around. I'm losing my mind. It's freaking me out. It's freaking me out. So I turned into a bad man and I ran out the door. I made a friend with the roosters and a friend with the poets, and they made me believe that I was holding the crown. But it was me in the darkness flying around. I'm losing my mind. It's freaking me out. Yeah, I'm losing my mind. And now you know it's a freaking me out. Oh yeah, it's freaking me out. I've heard it all before. The beggars at the door of my heart. Yeah, there's a reason I fly around, but nobody showed me how to love, to love, to love. Yawn on the guitar. So I used to have a good heart, and I used to be kind, and I'd be there for my brothers, 'cause they're all brothers of mine. But as soon as I see there's no one around, and just me in the darkness flying around, yeah, I'm losing my mind. Freaking me out. Yeah, I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. And now you know. And Mr. Jimmy, don't you see? And Austin and Donnie and Jeremy are sitting in the van waiting for me. Oh, it's freaking me out. Oh yeah, it's freaking me out. A cold woman, you're freaking me out.
That was fun. That was nice. Rayland Baxter here on 91.9 WFPK Radio Louisville. We'll see you tonight down on the Big Four Lawn Waterfront Park. You'll be there.
Yes, we will. Thanks for having us.
Thank you again for stopping by, and yeah, we'll be down there to have fun.
Woo woo.